Hello tubers, well, as you can see, this video is all about building a Tamiya kit, the Bigwig. I'm quite excited about this one. I've never had a complete kit before. I've always had ready or semi to ready to run models. So this is going to be my first experience of building one from scratch. And I know there are scratch builders out there where they don't even buy a kit. They literally get bits from this kit, bits from over there, and they make their own custom built. But this is going to be my first proper kit build. I've chose the Bigwig because it's an original Tamiya kit. It's been re-released for the year 2017. I'm stoked about the colour scheme on it. I really do like these old classic kits. As you can probably see, I've rebuilt a Tamiya Thundershock quite recently. I can see it there now. But yes, so this is going to be my original Tamiya kit. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to bring you in closely. I'll talk you quickly through the contents of the box, and then we're going to time-lapse me building this, because there's no point me talking you through every stage of it. Let's just see the kit come alive. Anyway, let's take a look at the contents. Right, tubers, let's lift the lid and have a look at the contents. Right. Apologies if I'm getting in the way of the camera too much. I can't quite see what I'm up to. I've already brought a servo because I am going to run this kit. This isn't going to be a shelf queen. We've obviously got the original wheels. Well, everything's original, just remanufactured. We've got tyres. It's a complete kit, as you can see. I do like how fresh the colours are of all the plastics. Look at that. There's some suspension tower bits. The wishbone arms, the front bumper. Oh, I could do some more of them at some point for another model. The body. Look at that, we have to cut all that out. I'm not looking forward to that, but that's the only bit of this scratch build that I'm not interested in. 1986 this was originally made then by the looks of it. It's even got the extra bits of plastics there. Suspension, the old bathtub chassis with a V8 rear look to it. That's going to be awesome. More part of the bodywork or the chassis. Let's remove the tyres and wheels. The gearbox housing, perhaps. Differentials, more suspension components by the looks of it, more wishbones, and the classic driver, if I can get it out. There we go, got stuck. We might even paint him up properly. Well, I'm guessing the decals, yes, look at that. How awesome do they look? I'm guessing this is the only way you can really get an 80s model that's worth using still, because if you have got an original 80s model and you perhaps don't want to use it, because they're probably going to be worth a lot more. Right. The instructions. Look at that. The old antenna tube. I believe this doesn't come with a receiver. Some more Tamiya paperwork in there. I should leave that out because I'm going to start building this straight away. Let's just pop this box out the way. Right then, we've got the power box. Let's just open it. I believe this would probably just have an electronic speed controller and ESC and motor. Oh, it's got all the gears in. Of course, there was no gears when we opened it. And the springs. So we've got all the differential and drive gears. I believe it comes with a tuned motor. All your screws, bottle of oil in there, the grease, a little toolkit, some R-clips, the oil for the shocks, some E-clips. What else do we get? Oh, we've got the drive knuckles to come out. Oh, look at that. Comes with a special Bigwig GT tuned motor. Does it say? Doesn't say how many winds it is or anything. If I find out, I should drop it on the screen. Again, some more screws, some double-sided foam tape in there. They will go on the servo, maybe, steering. We've obviously got the knuckles. We've got another pot of grease in there, some more stickies, some cable ties, nuts and bolts and screws. Another type of drive shaft, maybe? Actually, where are the smaller individual drive shafts? Oh, they're in here now, I've mentioned them. I really don't know how long this kit will take to put together, but in my head I could have knocked it out in an evening. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I'll tell you at the end. Oh yes, and I do remember reading actually it comes with all the sealed bearings. Proper ball bearing races, they would have come with nylon originally. And some more grease. Ceramic grease. Right, let's start the time lapse and build the Bigwig. ultimate stage. All I have to do is lift these tabs up and stick the driver to it, screw the roll cage. Oh, I may have pushed that bit up a little bit. Can I? Oh, no. That should be okay. If not, I have to rip it and start again. Right. What have I learnt from building this kit? I've learnt I can take more pride in things. I mean, I've even painted the driver up, given him red hands, seat belt blackened, a little bit of a custom job on the helmet, some nice blue eyes. And I've even sprayed the body myself. Now, you didn't see that in the time lapse because I thought it'd just be boring. It was a very slow and painful process. Not only that, I really wanted you to see it come together. I have to confess, I've got rather a lot of enjoyment out of building this kit. I got a lot of enjoyment out of bringing a Tamiya Thundershot back to life, so I hope you've checked that video out recently. Now, at the end of this video, you're not going to see this car bombing round a track. You're going to get a lovely screenshot of it to fade away to a little bit of music, perhaps. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to outro it, but if you can get hold of a Bigwig, I've put somewhere in the region of about 8 to 9 hours. Now that might sound a long time, that might sound he hasn't taken long enough. I generally thought this would be 2 to 3 hours all in, but it wasn't, and I don't regret the time I've spent out here. I mean, who doesn't want 5 minutes away from her indoors? But the fruit of my labour is another RC to the collection. The instructions were very good. One or two moments were a little bit more difficult to follow than others. I had one piece left over at the end on the checklist that bit of a schoolboy error, but they're a lot easier to strip down and put back together than they are to build from the instructions. Or at least that's how I found it. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said to you this was my first RC kit build. And it is, that was no lie. But right in front of me is one I started after this one and practically finished before this one. Now, my experience between the two kits, they're both Tamiyas. That one will be out in a couple of weeks' time, a nice time lapse of it. They're almost at opposite ends of the spectrum, where this one, I wouldn't have said it was overcomplicated, but I wouldn't want to give this to my 11-year-old son. However, the other one, I think my 11-year-old could do it, no problems. Less complicated and less parts. I would recommend to anyone considering, or even just watching this for a bit of fun, get down your local hobby shop and just buy a kit. It's therapeutic. It's an incredible experience. I mean, as soon as I put the body on now, job is a good one. I've done all the electrics off camera because this kit doesn't come with a receiver or an ESC, so I didn't want to bring that into the kit, let alone tell you what it is that I brought. This is all about the Tamiya. So I'm now a body clip away from it being completed. Well, there we are, tubers. Finally complete. I've really enjoyed it. I've gone with my own custom paint job because admittedly I did want to do a box one, but balls up on my part and I picked up the white rattle can instead of the blue one, and I like that mistake. It doesn't look too bad. I think it looks very fresh, and for a re-release model perhaps deserving of a more modern colour scheme or a different colour scheme to the box. That way there's no tricking anyone into making them believe this is a 1980s model. It is what it is, and I am dead chuffed. All in all, to get this kit built was £150. Then you've got to add 2 cans of paint to it. You don't have to go much further than that. You've got the basic look then, the blue and white. If you want to get the kit running, you will have to chuck a radio system at it. This particular radio system cost me $29.99-ish. Then you will have to chuck an electronic speed controller at it, which was around another £20. So to get this from the kit form, the £150, to a, or 160 because you've got to have paint, to a working model is £210. Now, I have brought many of an RC vehicle worth that value, and I tell you what, none of them compared to this, and I've not even used it yet because I've built this. It's the first born RC on the channel. Hi tubers, thanks for watching. Hopefully you made it this far. If you have, consider a subscribe. Hit the like button, it means a lot to us. I really enjoyed building this kit, and I think the rewards of building it and then seeing the fruit of your labour explode on a bit of wet decking and across the dirt track, it's just been an incredible journey for me. This is my first one, first of many. Keep your eye out for more content soon.